Good afternoon, Tom Ginn. G-Force. G is for gratitude. You know, I say it, I internalize it, I believe it, I have faith in it. Gratitude, I believe, is one of the most important words we can incorporate to bring a different perspective to life. And we've been featuring and been talking about the principles of gratitude. Gratitude Works by Robert A. Emmons out of this book. We've covered a wealth of information, the science behind it, the research, and what it does to us emotionally, and what it does to us physiologically, how it eliminates negativity, helps us get through difficulties, gives us a different perspective, brings us happiness, brings us a sense of well-being. Gratitude. And, you know, we've talked about the power of writing with gratitude and what that does and how it rewires our mind and our hearts to be in a space of gratitude all the time. And how to write. You know, and I went through this before, and it still blows my mind. 18,256 consecutive days writing, never replicating or duplicating a gratitude statement. That's 50 years. And I just know that person had a whole different perspective on gratitude. And I know that they had lived a life from a different perspective than the person that doesn't even recognize gratitude. And I talked about that in one of the lessons here is the gratitude disorder deficit that we have. Now we can see it around us. We look in ourselves, and are we really exercising gratitude at a deeper level, at a way that's meaningful to those that we associate ourselves with? Gratitude. To make changes in anything we do in life takes work. It takes discipline. We talked about that a little bit in one of the previous segments that I was going through. Gratitude works. My question for you, what are you doing to improve your gratitude quotient? What are you doing? Takes work. Takes work to be more successful in anything we do in life. It takes discipline. We talked about discipline in one of the previous segments that I did. But before I get in today's 10 or 15 minute segment, which is going to be on the principle of growing gratitude through spiritual disciplines. Interesting word came up again there, disciplines. So we'll cover some of those basic principles, and then we'll follow up through the next several days some of those 7 principles of creating discipline at a spiritual level to improve our nature around gratitude. Well, I've got it. Hey, Robert. Good afternoon, my friend. Glad you're here. Share it out. Tag your friends. Much appreciate that, my friend. So before I get into that, you know, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can get the replays and notifications either through Facebook or YouTube. Not only is G-Force going to be on my YouTube channel, but Elevate Your Profits, which we do Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Before I get into the lessons, I want to make 2 announcements. Is Friday's guest is going to be Phil Jelks. Phil Jelks. And here is a good picture of Phil. Phil is a consultant, author, speaker, personal development coach, business consulting, and I'm excited to have Phil come in and share his philosophy about gratitude, the mindset for success. So Phil's coming in, so turn on your notifications on Friday. On Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. And while I'm here at this moment, Elevate Your Profits, Monday evening, 6 p.m. Eastern. We're bringing in Mark Gassert and myself, bringing in Ken Walls, Grow Live Academy, entrepreneur, influencer. And he's going to share some exciting, deep principles to succeed in business. So that'll be Monday night, Elevate Your Profits. So again, Phil Jelks coming on Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Mark your calendars, turn on your notifications, because gratitude does work. And he's going to share his story around gratitude and the right mindset for success as well. So today, growing gratitude through spiritual disciplines. Again, disciplines. No matter what faith we have, there's a long historical track record in any faith about gratitude and how important it is in their foundation, in their belief and their faith systems. So it doesn't make any difference whether you're Muslim, whether you're Christian, whether you're Buddhist, or no matter what your spiritual connection is, it has been a predominant principle to help people grow spiritually is through gratitude. So it's not just an isolated thing. It's been utilized for centuries, thousands of years, and it's been demonstrated through all faith communities as a principle to build faith on, gratitude. It's universal within all religions. It's universal principle. See, gratitude is derived from the Latin word gratia, meaning grace, graciousness, and gratefulness. So I like really looking at words and where does those words come from? What do they mean? What are their roots? Some of the roots in gratitude are kindness, generous gifts and giving, the beauty of giving and receiving. I think that's important. Being able to receive is even more important than giving, because as we able to accept that, we can become better givers in gratitude. And through gratitude, we become more aware of God's grace, no matter what your faith is. It's only through awareness do we have a chance to grow, whether it be in business, whether we're talking about our spiritual principles, whether we're talking about relationships. It's only through awareness can we grow, to see a contrast in what we're doing and then make the appropriate adjustments. And in the book, the author made this comment: it's impossible to cultivate gratitude without a spiritual connection. It's impossible to cultivate gratitude without a spiritual connection, no matter what your faith is, because it is a spiritual principle of gratitude that elevates us. So the discipline of applying spiritual principles, it will enhance how you apply gratitude in your own life, how you share gratitude, how do you make it more part of your spiritual growth, gratitude. And some of the principles we're going to cover in future is diving a little deeper in the area of fasting. In the area of fasting. Thank you, Robert, for your comments. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, Sherry Gideon is awesome lady. Grateful to hear her talks. I'm hoping to have her on one of these days. But thanks, Robert, for that. Share this out today. So fasting, spiritual principle, solitude and silence. I'll make a point on this, is that we're in a busy culture. Most of us do not know how to be still and know. Hear that power from God. Hear that intuitive speaking to you. Thanks, Robert, for sharing. And also, besides fasting, there's the physical benefit besides the spiritual benefit. Congratulations on 67 pounds of weight lost through fasting. So a quick story. My wife has been doing this for nearly 17 or 18 years now, where she goes off to a retreat, no connection with anybody, in a place where she has access to a facility where there's no human connection. She's overlooking a lake, and she spends 10 days in silence and solitude. She reflects. She writes, and she uses the principle of solitude and silence to enhance her spiritual connection. Simplicity. As a personal development coach, we make things way too hard in our minds and in our hearts and everything else. Through spiritual connection, you'll understand how simple it is if we just plug into it. Simplicity. Are you making things harder than you need to? And then confessing. These are spiritual principles. So we're going to dive into these over the next several days, next week, starting next week, in a little more depth on each one of those principles, how to build gratitude. So gratitude does work. So mark your calendar, turn on your notifications. Say, Adam, thanks for jumping on. Share this out. We appreciate you plugging in here today. Robert made a comment. I love solitude. Been grateful for this since I realized what a gift it was back in 1980. There's a testimonial. Be still and know that I am God. Spiritual principle when we understand, be still and know. Hey, from the UK, we are worldwide in this broadcast. Adam, I appreciate you so much for jumping on. Share this out with your friends, your colleagues. Shoot me a message at some point. I'd like to find out a little bit more about what you're doing and see how I can support you. I can't really see what your logo is there, but I'd like to learn a little bit more about you. You can reach back to me as well through my contact information. If you want to know more about what I'm doing, Adam, or anybody out there, that's my email. Just put gratitude in the subject line, and I will be able to respond back to you. My calendar link, I'll send you that as well. So thanks for being here today. Subscribe. And again, turn on your notification. Phil Jilks is coming in on Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. Don't want to miss it. So I'm going to sign out here today. Today, this moment is the most important moment of my life. because I recognize that no matter what else is going on around myself, my life, and other people's, this moment is the most important moment in my life, because there's no guarantees. There is no guarantees of the next moment. So how we approach this moment in our heart, in our mind, is going to dictate what happens next. And this accumulates over time, will predict your legacy. You can predict your legacy based on your heart and your thinking, because the results will always align with those two principles. Think negative, you get negative results, your legacy will be negative. Create a heart of gratitude, create a heart of love, create a heart of positiveness, a heart of faith and belief and peace. Your life will manifest itself in a different way. Guarantee it. Gratitude is my building block to improve myself. So with that all said, have a great day. We're signing out.